Well, hello, my name is Jim Royal. Thank you very much for watching my video. I'm a huge Beatles and Elvis Presley fan, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And then at the end, if you can do a thumbs up, that's always most appreciated. Today I'm going to be reviewing a new release, sort of. It's a deluxe version of Paul McCartney's Egypt Station. And it came out today on May 17th, 2019. So let me explain. Back on September 7, 2018, the original Egypt Station came out. New music of Paul McCartney. I did a review at that time. My first thoughts of listening to it at that point. I would encourage you to watch that review if you haven't already. Today, though, I'm going to be talking about the bonus material from the album. So today, I knew this album was coming out, this deluxe version. It's called the Explorers Edition. I just wasn't exactly sure when, so I saw it and I ran to my record store. I had about an hour left and I picked it up, and I'm very happy that I did. I've listened to everything at least once, all the bonus material, so I'm going to give you kind of my first impressions of it and tell you what I think. You know, maybe if it's worth it for you or not. First of all, there's about 29.5 minutes of additional music on here, which is nice. Tracks, new material. It's not all brand new material. Some of it's live, some of it's extended versions. So let's go on here. What you get is you get a 2-disc if you buy the CD. This cost me $25. If you buy the vinyl, that is a 3-record set, and I think that's going anywhere from about $50 to $60. Alright, it just depends. I wasn't able to find the vinyl, but it is out there. So what you get here is on disc 1, you get the 14 songs which made up the original album. Alright, and then disc 2, which is what I'm going to talk about today, the bonus material for the deluxe, is there's 10 songs on there. Alright, now 2 of these songs have already been released. If you bought the Target edition of this album when it came out, you would have got Get Started and Nothing for Free. Okay, now I'm going to tell you those songs and like these other new songs are like a breath of fresh air. Okay, I haven't heard them in a long time. I listened to everything before I did the video, and I was like, wow, this is just so cool. This is just so fun. I just love it. And you know, the thing with Paul and B-sides and non-album tracks, they're always... It's always just so much fun. He goes off a little different than than the norm of what he normally would with the records that he does, and you're just like, Paul, why didn't you put that on your record? You know, like Secret Friend or Check My Machine from McCartney 2, just songs that are out there. And you know, these songs are just, to me, a breath of fresh air, and I really enjoyed them. Also, the next one is called Frank Sinatra's Party. This is my favorite song of the new material on this disc, okay? I love it. He's describing what it is to be at a party, you know, that Frank Sinatra is having. Talking about being at a poolside next to Peter Lawford, and it's just great. I really wish he would have put it on Egypt Station, but I'm glad that it's here. It was just a lot of fun. The next song is called 62nd Street, and this is a nice one too. It would have been a nice album track. I listened to it. You know, sometimes songs that are left over from the sessions, you think, well, maybe they're left over for a reason. Either they didn't fit in, or maybe they're not as good. I didn't get any indication from this song. I just really thought it was great. I enjoyed this one too. Alright, then you get a full version of Who Cares? Which was one of the songs on the album, and basically this is an extra 2 minutes long. And I was thinking initially, I was like, okay, is this song going to drag? You know, because it's about 3.5 minutes long to begin with. Now you're giving it another 2 minutes. What's going to happen? And what happens is the song ends properly, and then you have a continuing instrumental. It's going off like in a different direction, and it was a lot of fun. I really liked it, and I really liked, you know, he's rocking out, him and his band, and then you hear, you know, the nice bass pronounced coming from his bass at the end, and you're hearing it. It's like, wow, this sounds really cool. So he did a great job with that. I liked it a lot. All right, the next song is Get Enough. Now, this song originally dropped on January 1st of this year. It was a complete surprise. He didn't make any announcements. The label didn't. And I got to tell you, I've heard a little bit before, but I got to hear it now finally in its entirety. To me, it's the weakest song from all of Egypt Station. Not only the bonus material, but also the album proper. I just didn't care for it. It's heavy auto-tune. Kind of like Cher's Believe, you know, and he was hesitant to do the auto-tune from what I read, but he said the Beatles always went off and tried to do different things and be creative, so he tried to do that. I just think that Paul is just so good. I almost felt that he had to go down a little bit to contemporary standards, and I felt that that's what that song is. The lyrics are just too simple. I understand he's saying get enough. I can't get enough of you, you know, of this person that he's in love with. Maybe he's talking about his wife. You know, and the music is great on it, but, you know, it's just the song isn't that great. His voice, sometimes people complain about his voice. This is probably the worst sounding that his voice has sound for whatever reason. It just didn't do too much for me. But I'm glad that we have some new material from him anyway. All right, then there's another song called Come On To Me, and this is live at Abbey Road Studios. This is pretty much spot on to, you know, his, you know, song from Egypt Station. The thing with Paul is, you know, when he performs, he gives a concert, he tries to make intentionally, he tries to make, he's a perfectionist, he tries to make it sound just like the record. And you know what? He's in a studio. He's in Abbey Road, where he's recorded a lot of great classics, and he delivers real well here. All right, the next song is called For You, and this is live at the Cavern Club. This is good. It's a little rougher. You know, the acoustics might not be as good there, but he pulls it off real well. He's having a good time. I didn't know about this song being recorded there, but, you know, I like it. It was fine. All right, the next song is called Confidant, and this was live at the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts. I like it. It's a little more stripped down. I compared it with the studio version just to hear what the differences were. Much more polished on record. Here it was stripped down, acoustic. But yes, he does a good job with it. And then the last song is called Who Cares? And this was live at Grand Central Station. This was such a treat. I remember when his album came out on September 7th of 2018, he had this concert, and it was streamed live, and it was free, you know, and it was just wonderful. It was such a nice surprise. So basically, in short, with this album, I would have to say, is it worth buying? All right, well, let's put it this way. If you didn't get the Target version, you're basically getting 5 new songs that you haven't heard before, okay? And then you're getting some nice live tracks. You're getting additional, you know, extended version of a song. I would say that it probably is. If you already have the Target version and you kind of are just, you know, a fan but not that big of a fan, it's probably not for you. Like I said, the vinyl came out, very pricey, 3-record set. It just depends on how big of a fan you are. But I have to say, this was a real treat. I was really happy that this came out. You know, it was just, you know, it's a breath of fresh air. I love the artwork on it. I'll show that to you too. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I would have to give this a 7. I think, you know, he pulls it off really well. The record was very nice anyway, and I think the material's good. Live footage is nice, and I think, you know, these new songs, they don't sound like they're leftovers for the most part. So thank you very much for watching my video. You take care. Bye.